Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to talk about Star Wars makeup. I have a bunch of Star Wars makeup from Colourpop. I have a bunch of Star Wars makeup from Pat McGrath. These are new, so these are going to be the ones that I'm going to be trying out today. But I just want to have a discussion of makeup as merch. You know, when you buy makeup for the collab itself and not necessarily for the makeup, what are you getting and what is worth splurging on? And do you really need to go Pat McGrath to scratch that itch to get good Star Wars makeup? I just want to have a little bit of a discussion of the differences between the two now that I have both of them, because there is a big difference in pricing, let me tell you that. And if you haven't been here before, if this is your first video here, hello, my name is Angie. I am such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty makeup related. I also love everything Star Wars related. I'm wearing an Ahsoka t-shirt. I'm no Jedi. I'm also wearing Ahsoka earrings. I got these from my friend Heather Austin for Christmas. Big Star Wars fan, and I will say, for the most part, I do own these things as merch and maybe not as much for the makeup. So if you're interested in seeing more things like that, don't forget to subscribe because I do upload quite a lot of videos every week. That wasn't a necessarily long intro. I'm trying to keep it under a minute, but listen, I had a lot of things to say. So here's the thing. I have a bunch of things from Star Wars with Colourpop. I have the C-3PO palette, which is a mix of matte and shiny, metallic and non-metallic, and on the back you get the shades. This is printed on the packaging and this is cardboard, and then you have a really nice, like, you have some stuff on the inside as well. This is the golden one. Then we have the child palette, exactly the same cardboard packaging. It is shiny and matte mixed, and on the inside you also get some kind of a decor inside as well. These palettes are $16 each. You also get them in the Mandalorian, again also on the back as well. This is more like a neutral, cool tone neutral with the pop of a little duochrome and a mustard. And then we have, of course, the Darth Vader one. Same here, there is some matte and some shiny on the back, and this is like a cool tone smoky palette with a pop of red. These are $16 each. And then there's a big one. I'm not 100% sure what this one is in pricing. This is actually my favorite out of all of these, mainly because of, not only because there is the traditional Star Wars print on the inside, I also really feel like they were able to capture Star Wars with these kind of colors. I do have videos using and like reviewing all of these palettes on my channel, and like I said, these are $16 each for a 9-pan. Then we have the Star Wars palettes from Pat McGrath. These are $36 each, and these are 5-pan. So you get, for more than double the price, you get 5 shadows. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you, I'm showing you some close-ups. The packaging, it's stickers. I mean, it's cardboard packaging, but they didn't print it on the cardboard packaging. They put a sticker on a cardboard packaging. And I understand, because I know the bigger palette in this, the Midnight Sun, they put a sticker on the bigger palette. I get that because printing on plastic is probably extremely expensive. But this is cardboard. You could have printed on the cardboard, no? Because it is the same blue packaging and then just different stickers on it. And the white sticker on the back is honestly so ugly. I don't know who approved this. And for something that is supposed to be a luxury price point, I don't see how anyone would feel like this packaging is luxe. With that being said, the shades inside look absolutely divine. They look like they're high quality, just looking at them with all the sparkle and all the nuances, and even in the palette that has a couple of mattes, the C-3PO palette. I think this one is called the golden one, and this one is called Divine Droid. But there are some really nice tones. The shadows look beautiful. I love the names of this: Binary Sunset, Tatooine, Gold Etiquette, Coral Blitz, Cyborg Relations. This one has Astral Line, Brown Circuit, Secret Blueprint. Oh. We are in the middle of rewatching everything in Star Wars chronologically, and we are heading to the Secret Blueprint. Fast-paced, Optic Fuchsia, and Ultraviolet Messenger. I love the names because they give a mix of makeup and like Star Wars, and I actually really like that. These have really nice shades too. This is Beskar Steel, Navarro Sand, Banta Trax, Imperial Credit. Like, they're good shade names. But I will say, and also there is a lip gloss here. Let me actually show you this one. This one has the most ugly packaging because this one is just the normal Pat McGrath packaging, and then there is like a a paper packaging. That one is nice, but I don't save paper packagings. This one literally just has a white sticker on it, and it's like a thick sticker, and I can feel the edges, and it's like I could have bought this sticker and put on this lip gloss. I don't understand. This one is in Carnal Desire, and I don't even know if this is a new shade or not, but everything about the packaging of these feel a little afterthought. It feels like they designed makeup, had the collab, and then they were like, oh, we need to put it in something. How are we gonna make this Star Wars? Well, I will say with the Colourpop Star Wars, it really feels thought through. This one is a little bit more cartoony though than the ones from here, so I guess that like depends on like what you want. So I want to have a discussion about that while I do my eyeshadow, but let me put on the lip gloss. I feel like I've been talking a lot. I just had some things that I wanted to say. So this one was in Carnal Desire. I will link everything down below, including the Colourpop ones. That one is incredibly pretty though. And that's the thing. And I want to make that clear. What you're paying for is probably the quality of the makeup. Because I like Colourpop, and I think Colourpop is good. Not only good for the price, but like good. But I will say, yes, Pat McGrath has better quality than Colourpop. The question is it more than double the price good quality? And if you're buying it for the Star Wars, is it worth it? I think we're gonna play with the two matte shadows here first. I'm gonna start with the like terracotta reddish shade first. Here's the thing, I like Pat McGrath. She usually doesn't do color stories that super intrigue me. Oh, this has a little bit of a sheen. It's probably a little bit more of a, not a satin, but like a matte with a slight sheen, like a velvet matte, I would say. So I don't tend to buy a lot of Pat McGrath eyeshadows for that reason, because it's not exactly the kind of color stories that I go for. I tend to go for something that's just a little bit more colorful or a little bit more dramatic, and she tends to love her pinks and her golds. I love pinks too, but like just a little bit more of a bright pink, I guess. But I do really love the quality. Even though some of the glittery shadows tend to have a little fallout on me, it's not the end of the world. And I will say that since I am a lover of indie brands, if you didn't know that, like I love indie makeup, I love indie brands, they tend to have very sparkly shadows, so I see myself getting my fix of sparkles somewhere else. But at the end of the day, if you're buying this makeup because of the quality, this definitely has more sheen than I was expecting. Maybe this is more of a satin actually. This isn't a matte. You probably already saw that in the swatches, but I'm noticing it now. That's okay. It will be okay. If you're buying this for the quality, I think that you are probably, like if you're like, I want the highest quality shimmers possible, I definitely think go with the Pat McGrath. It seems like none of these smaller palettes had a matte though. So if you're like me and you're a matte queen, because I do love matte eyeshadows, maybe you should go with the Colourpop either way, because it doesn't seem like there are a lot of mattes to choose from here. And I think that the matte shadows that have been in the Star Wars palettes have overall been really nice quality. I might even use one of them to deepen this up a little bit, because I am going to be filming one more video after this, and I just want to have like a look that feels really me. But if you're buying this as a merch, and I feel like this is where we have like ended up right now with collabs, there are so many collabs out there that we no longer become like, we don't become surprised, and we don't like jump out of our seats to be buying collabs anymore, because we know unless it is our perfect collab, which Star Wars is, I love Star Wars, we're not gonna be like, oh, I'll just get this sci-fi thing because it's not my favorite, but I love sci-fi, so I'll just buy this one. Because now instead we can be like, no, I'll just wait for the perfect one. Because we know sooner or later they will release something that will be your perfect one, and you'll probably end up loving that one more. And for that reason, I'm saying that I feel like makeup has become a little bit like merch, because we end up buying stuff that pulls on our heartstrings or have that exact franchise that we really love. And maybe it's not necessarily about the makeup. I have bought the Pat McGrath, I bought myself. The Colourpop, I bought these two. I bought myself. And then the other 3 I got as PR. But it doesn't change that if I didn't get it as PR, I would have bought all of it because I love Star Wars. And even though it is a little bit more neutral leaning, maybe this one is a little bit more matte. This is the dark brown one. Even though it's a little bit more neutral leaning, I still would buy it. I kind of wish we could get a little bit more pigmentation. Because I love Star Wars. I'm getting off track. Because I love Star Wars, I would still buy it. But had they released a neutral palette with a pop of a mustard yellow that wasn't the Mandalorian, would I have bought it? No. No, I wouldn't. Because I've been like, okay, I don't care about that. And that's the thing with like collabs like this. And you have to ask yourself, what do you really want? What do you want out of this collection? Are you buying it for the packaging? Are you buying it to display it? Are you buying it because you love Star Wars? Or are you buying it because of a specific color story? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, even though the Colourpop one is less than half the price, the packaging is so much better. Like, it's not even like, they're not playing in the same league. Because these are also cardboard. And I honestly don't understand why they were not able to print on the cardboard packaging. I feel like that's the least you can expect from something like this. I understand that like a custom mold or like custom plastic packaging may not be possible for everyone, but cardboard packaging, really? Did we really need to put a sticker on cardboard packaging? That part I'm like, I don't know. And I will say this brown is not exactly the pigmentation that I was expecting. I was expecting this to build a little better, and I don't feel like this builds and it looks good. It looks blended, it looks good, but I was kind of expecting this one to build a little better. And I think the brown is a matte, and I think the peach is a satin, now that I've like used both of them. I think this looks nice, but I was expecting the brown to build a little more and be a little more impressive. Let me actually, I want to see. Oh, I did short nails now, by the way, because I'm trying to game a little bit in January, and short nails are better. That is stunning. Those shades are stunning. Those shades are really stunning. This probably could work out here. Yeah, those shades are beautiful. I really feel like the shimmer is where these shine, and also that's why I want to dig into the shimmers here, because in this one, the R2D2 palette, you get some of the more colorful ones, and I'm really intrigued to be digging into this one. Let me actually swatch those with my other fingers, just so I can see. So that one looks cool. We're doing the purple out here, right? Right? Do we want to do the blue? Or do we want to do maybe this one? That is really pretty. I think we're going to start with this purple. This pink is a little dull. I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more bright. But we might go into either the green or the blue here. But let me wash my hands and we can go into some shimmers. I mean, the shimmers are way better than the ones from Colourpop. I mean, there's no denying that. So I'll do this purple one first. Seems very creamy in the pan. Impressive. And I'll just put that out here, I think. I'm not gonna spray this one because I want this one mainly for the depth. And then we'll see if I need to add a little bit more of a dark matte from one of the Colourpop palettes, because I really like a dark outer corner. This one does produce a little fallout though, so maybe I will spray it, because the last thing I need is fallout. Let's not do that. So I'm gonna spray it. People ask me, I just use whatever setting spray is in front of me. That's what I use. Yeah, it definitely becomes a little bit more opaque, but I would say that this is not super sparkly on the eyes, but it's definitely opaque if you like an opaque and dark shimmer shadow. It looks really pretty, honestly. I mean, I bought these mainly for the merch aspect, because I love Star Wars and because I wanted to own more Star Wars makeup. And I'm not overly impressed with the color selection in these palettes. And since I bought them mainly for the packaging as well, I have to say I'm not overly impressed with how the packaging looks either. I think the packaging of the, like I said, the Colourpop ones actually look better. And I also think that the collab that she did with Bridgerton also looked better than this, which surprised me a little bit because I feel like Star Wars is a bigger and more popular franchise than Bridgerton, and it feels a little bit backwards to put like more effort into the Bridgerton collab than you would into the Star Wars one. But maybe that is me not totally like grasping everything, so don't put too much weight to that statement. I think I'm gonna do the blue, the one in the middle. I feel like that probably will be the best for this one. So we're doing the blue, and let me spray this one as well from the beginning. And I'm gonna do that one here. I wonder what I'm gonna have in my inner corners, because I love a matte inner corner, and obviously that is not offered in the Pat McGrath palettes, but that's like a personal preference though. I'm not expecting every palette to cater to my matte inner corner needs. I decided to do those shimmer shadows under my eyes as well, so I only have the shimmer shadows under my eyes. I don't have any of the mattes under my eyes, and I think they really stood out when you went like around your eyes with them. The only thing that I'm a little bit disappointed with is that dark brown. I don't feel like that is really giving what I was hoping that it was gonna give. Maybe I'll go in, I think there is a, yeah, there is a dark brown here. There's also like in like, there is a, I don't know what this, so many people is like, I can't believe that there is a Darth Vader palette without a black. There is a black in this palette. Like this rumor has got to stop. This is a black. This is a black, this is a matte black, but it has red shimmer in it. But like if you blend it, the shimmer goes away. I think that rumor, I'm actually gonna be using that one. That rumor needs to die. There is definitely a black in the Darth Vader palette. We have got to stop saying that. So I'm just gonna use a little bit of the black out here, because I want this part to be darker than it is, like that. That is what I need. I need something in this area, and I just feel like it was missing. With that dark brown. But that is also like, that's not the fault really of the composition of the palette. It's just a personal preference that I need something that's darker. Not everyone does. But also remember that if you're doing a makeup look with the palette and you're realizing that it's missing something, it's absolutely not a single rule that says that you cannot go in and complement from another palette. Not every palette can be made exactly for our preferences. Sometimes we just have to fix it ourselves. Let me find a matte inner corner, and I think I'm gonna do, I can do Prance. I love Prance. Prance is my favorite eye pencil of all time. It is discontinued. Well, you can find it in a big set at Colourpop, but as a single it is discontinued. It's been my favorite for what, 5-6 years. Absolutely love it. So let me just finish this up a little bit with some mascara, and I can show you what this looks like before I put like some falsies on. Okay, I'm in the middle of doing a little inner corner highlight, and I'm just doing this according to my preferences. I'm using this Hello Hollywood little 5-pan from Colourpop, and I think it's Jasmine Chiswell. I think it's their collab. So I'm just doing a little bit of the pastel blue, and then I layer some of the white on top to make it even brighter and even more like my type of inner corner. Is this everyone's inner corner highlight preference? Definitely not, but I hope that you do the makeup that makes you happy, and I'll do the makeup that makes me happy. I really do like this look, but I will say I did, for me, need the darkness here and the lightness in the inner corner, but that is me really loving contrast, and I like the look. I like the look. I think the look is beautiful. I'm gonna put on some half lashes. I think this looks beautiful. I think my favorite is the gloss. It's very balmy and beautiful, and I love the color. I think the shimmers are really pretty in these, but I mean, I did buy them because of the Star Wars, and I will say the packaging looks a little cheapy. So I don't really want this to come off as me like complaining or saying that I think that this isn't worth it or anything like this. It's just me. I want to be a little bit thought-provoking. For what reason are you buying the makeup? Are you buying the makeup like me only because it's Star Wars? Then you might be better off saving your money and just buying the Colourpop. Because if you're buying it for the Star Wars appeal, that is more prevalent in the Colourpop packagings and the Colourpop themings and all of that. I do think that when it comes to packaging and when it comes to like just being a little bit more on the makeup as merch when it comes to collabs, I do think that Colourpop did a better job than Pat McGrath. But when it comes to the Bridgerton collection, I think she did a really good job at like making the packaging look and feel very Bridgerton, even though I wasn't thrilled about like how it looked. It still fit with the theming. This is just corporate packaging with stickers on it, and I don't think that this feels like a $36 kind of a palette. That's just my personal opinion. And I mean, the lip gloss, honestly, this sticker is a joke. Like, this is a joke. I think this lip gloss is $29, and it is a beautiful high-end luxury lip gloss. Don't buy it because it's Star Wars though, because you're gonna be disappointed if you're buying it because of the Star Wars. Buy the Pat McGrath because you love the color stories, because you love her quality, because you want to have these makeup items in your collection. If you're buying it for the Star Wars, just go with Colourpop. You're gonna be better off when it comes to that. That's just my personal opinion. And the Colourpop is still good quality, not as good as the Pat McGrath, but it's like, again, ask yourself, why are you buying this? It's still good though. And I will say, I like this makeup look. I really do. But I've liked the makeup looks that I've done with Star Wars and Colourpop more than I've liked this look. Except the one that I did with this palette. The one that is the Darth Vader palette. And it's only because it is very, very cool toned. And I don't love cool toned shadows on me. I mean, you can tell I have ginger hair. I have a little bit more of a warmer undertone. I just prefer things that lean a little bit either neutral or warm on me. And if it's gonna be cool tone, I just don't want it to be gray. I hope this video was somewhat helpful for you. I just wanted to have a discussion. There are so many people out there that bought the entire Pat McGrath and Star Wars collection, and they're probably swatching and comparing and letting you know about all of those things. I just wanted to have a discussion as someone who loves Star Wars and as someone who bought this makeup for the Star Wars and not necessarily for the makeup, because I know that there are people out there that are just like me, and I just wanted to have this discussion. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day. I will probably not have a video tomorrow. There will be a video on Friday instead. I'm doing a little bit of trying to slow down a little bit during January. Normally I upload 5 videos a week. Right now I'm trying to upload 2 to 3 videos a week. But come February, I will be back to my normal pace. Don't worry about that. I hope you're having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you again on Friday for a new video. Bye!